All right, so Gypsy Rose did a 22-week update, and I guess we gotta watch it because we don't want to support her, right? So, y'all, do you like the shirt? Whoever sent this to me, can you message me, email me? I don't know who sent this to me. My PO box I've sent to a lot of people, so I don't know who sent this to me, but I think it's funny. But anyway, let's watch her 22-week update.
So it's a brand new week. So this week I am 22 weeks pregnant, and this is my pregnancy update. So now that I am in my second trimester, I've been experiencing a lot of the things that are associated with pregnancy. So I have started to feel her kick a lot. I have started to feel those movements, and I've started to notice kind of her sleeping pattern. So I have noticed that she kicks a lot at night.
Y'all, I did speed this up as much as I can.
And she's calmer during the daytime. I have noticed that she's more active whenever I eat sweets. So I ate a Kit Kat bar, and she was up for like 2 hours, kicking me like every 5 seconds. So I'm getting used to that.
She's straight up talking on this couch like her mom is not unalive.
There are some times that I'm kind of like, okay, stop moving. But then whenever she stops moving and she's like asleep, that's when I start to miss her moving actually. So that's definitely been an exciting part of pregnancy. So I'll get into some of the symptoms, like the new symptoms that I've been experiencing. Some of them is actually quite unexpected. So I have noticed that about 2 weeks ago, my thighs have started to kind of like fall asleep. It feels like my thighs are asleep.
I think it's those weak muscles you have from that chromosome disorder.
Or I'm just like, I'm laying on one side, like I'm sleeping on one side for too long. I have noticed that my thighs start to get a little tingly and numb, and even a burning sensation sometimes. So I Googled what that could be associated with because I never had that before. So turns out it is a symptom of pregnancy. They don't tell you about it.
Oh, wow.
Not everybody gets it, but it's a form of like neuropathy that's caused by pregnancy. I forgot the term of it exactly, but I have been experiencing that, and there's nothing really anybody can do for it. It's just once I have the baby, that's whenever it will go away again.
Oh, so shocker, because you won't be pregnant.
So usually I just kind of take breaks throughout the day.
You have it because you're pregnant.
If I'm walking through the mall, I just have to like sit down for a little bit because my thighs start to burn. Cravings. So my cravings have been so far just kind of, I guess, what you would expect with pregnancy, so sweets. But one thing I am starting to learn, I swear, my baby is going to love applesauce because I did not eat applesauce like I'm eating it now. Like before I got pregnant, I never even touched applesauce. Now I keep 2 packs in the fridge at all times. And I like it a certain way too. I'm kind of picky about how I like my applesauce. So I like mine cold, like I mean ice cold. So I usually take a cup of applesauce
well, at least
and I put
it's
it
not
in the
apples,
freezer
because then
for
your
about
baby
30
would
minutes,
need
34
knives.
minutes to let it get really, really cold because I really like it that particular way. If it's any other kind of way, if it's room temperature or if it's just kind of like kind of cold, I won't touch it. So I'm kind of picky about that.
Yeah, like your heart.
Icing has been a big one since I hit my second trimester. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, there are times that I do crave like apples and oranges and fruit, and there are other times that I crave sweets. So it kind of has both. When I was, before we knew the gender, I was trying to figure out the gender by doing all like the wives' tales that you hear about. So I tried one TikTok trend. It wasn't trend. It was like a superstition. I don't even know what to call it.
We knew the gender from like shortly after.
Like wives' tale. Like that's what they call it. So I tried the one with baking soda that you take like a cup of baking soda and then like your urine, and if it fizzes, it's a boy, and if it doesn't fizz, it's a girl.
If you did that, you
tried
took
that,
a video.
and it fizzed. Okay, so that was, I was that pointed to boy, right? And then I had Ken do like the ring thing, where you put a ring on a string, and then you like dangle it over your belly, and which if it swings back and forth, it's a boy, and if it swings in a circle, it's a girl. And it swung back and forth. So again, another sign of a boy. I didn't have morning sickness. Again, another sign of a boy. And this is just like all the wives' tales are telling me, right? So before I knew the gender, everything was pointing to a boy. And so when we did find out the gender, I'm like, wow, okay, so there's really no truth to any of these like little tricks to find out anything. Okay, so myth busted. Okay, got it. Now let's move on to hormones. So my hormones have been getting a lot better lately, because at first, like within like the first couple of weeks of my pregnancy, the first month or two, I noticed a change. I noticed that I was more sensitive, but it wasn't until the 3rd and the 4th month I was just overly sensitive. Everything was just so big to me, and everything was just such a big deal. Now that I'm in my 5th month, I'm in my second trimester, 22 weeks, I feel like I'm starting to calm down. I feel like I am starting to process things like my old self used to. So we have started to shop for a crib and a couple of other nursery items. I haven't found that perfect crib yet though. I really want it to be special. I want it to be something that just fits perfectly. So essentially she will have 2 nurseries because I am living at home with my parents for the time being, and Ken has his own place. So my room will be half nursery and half my room. But she will have like a whole shebang nursery at Ken's. And so we have started to think about color themes. We've started to think about what kind of theme the nursery will be. And we're really excited to start putting that together really soon. So about 2 weeks ago, we had our 20-week anatomy scan. So it's not necessarily always done at 20 weeks. It could be done anywhere from 18 to 24 weeks. They just call it the 20-week anatomy scan or just anatomy scan. So when we had our anatomy scan, I was very nervous. I had researched a lot on TikTok about anatomy scans and what they're like and what they mean. So what the anatomy scan does is look at every part of her body to make sure that everything is developing normally. So they looked at her brain, they looked at her bones, they looked at her stomach, her liver, her heart, particularly her heart. And it was an ultrasound. You know, it was wonderful to see like how she's developing and in real time because I feel her all the time, and so I know her legs are pretty strong. But to actually like see her little feet, her little fingers, like everything just start to come together. I can remember back when I was 8 weeks pregnant, and she looked like a little chicken, and now she's a baby. Like she looks like a baby now. And so anyway, I had seen a lot of things on TikTok about what the anatomy scan is for. And so anatomy scans are to determine if there are any abnormalities whatsoever, if there would be any sort of anything going wrong. And so, I mean, it's like when you go on WebMD and then you look up a migraine and then they tell you it's brain cancer. Like, don't do that with TikTok. So if anybody is pregnant out there right now and you're about ready to do your 20-week anatomy scan, don't go to TikTok because it will freak you out and psych you out. So
who goes to TikTok for pregnancy advice?
So the best thing to do is just do other research. Talk to your doctor. Make sure that your doctor is informing you about what to expect. And that's something that I feel like is really important, is to have a good communication line with your doctor. So anyway, so we had our anatomy scan, and visually everything looked normal. And so the doctor had taken notes, and so I get a call back the next week. And so the doctor told me everything is normal. She is developing perfectly normal. She is exactly the right size that she needs to be for, the gestational age. So, which made me feel good because I do have a smaller baby bump. So I was kind of like, is she growing like normally? Like should I be like, oh, but you're pregnant already? But I also learned that a lot of women, like with their first pregnancy, they won't start showing until later on in their pregnancy. Healthy pregnancy, everything's going good on that front. Symptoms are manageable. Overall, I think that I have a very good pregnancy. I like to say that I'm blessed that things are going so well.
Y'all, this is like Fetch and Gretchen Riener. Stop trying to make Fetch happen. This girl is not an influencer, and she is so boring. Y'all, just know I love y'all because I recorded this, like screen recorded it, and then sat through it with this. That's why my comments were like a little off the chain, because I had to watch it twice. So I'm extra annoyed because it's super boring. She really told us nothing we didn't know, except for the fact that she's having issues with her body hurting or whatever. But we knew that was going to happen because she has those weak muscles. She keeps telling us everything's perfect, but what's so funny is that this microdeletion disorder that she has, the chromosome disorder, I'm sorry, it's not one of those things that we would know or could be tested for right now. Like, I heard that specific chromosome disorder, like the baby would have to be born in order for them to see it. So, y'all, that's it. I don't want to bore y'all like I did with her, but I'm over it. Y'all, I mean, have a great day. Bye, y'all.